Hey guys, I am standing in front of the historic Liberty Jail, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the historical context behind this place, and we'll also show you inside. But I wanted to take a little bit of time to explain what was going on in the state of Missouri and with the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the early 1800s at this time. So in December of 1838, Joseph Smith, Hiram Smith, Sidney Rigdon, Lyman White, Caleb Baldwin, and Alexander McCrae were imprisoned in Liberty Jail, which it's built inside of, this building is built around the original site, and you'll see that when we go inside. But prior to this, there was just a lot of conflict between the early members of the church and the people who are already living here in Missouri. And so the members of the church had appealed to the government and they'd asked for help, and the governor basically said, that's between you and the Missourians. We're not helping you. I'm not helping you. And so the members of the church decided, well, we're going to fight back. We'll choose to fight and protect ourselves. And so they did. And because of this, in response to this, the governor Boggs of Missouri issued an extermination order for all the members of the church living in Missouri at the time, which meant the state militia could kick them out and or otherwise get rid of them. And so that's what happened. And they had been accused of committing crimes against people in the state of Missouri. And so these men had a hearing and were says there was found sufficient evidence that church leaders had committed crimes against the state of Missouri, and the court ordered that they be held in the Clay County Jail in Missouri until their trial in late spring 1839. So the conditions in the jail were very poor. It says they were in the basement of the jail, and Joseph Smith wrote, "We are kept under a strong guard night and day. Our food is scant, uniform, and coarse. We have not had the privilege of cooking for ourselves. We have been compelled to sleep on the floor with straw and not blankets sufficient to keep us warm. And when we have a fire, we are obliged to have almost a constant smoke." So really, really poor conditions that they were living in. They were able to have visitors. Their wives and children were able to come see them and bring them food and things that they needed. And while in the jail, Joseph Smith prayed, and he was like, "Heavenly Father, why are you letting this happen? Why are the saints suffering so much? Why are you allowing this?" And in response, Heavenly Father comforted him, and Joseph Smith was able to record the revelation that he received from Heavenly Father, which some of that is now contained in the Doctrine and Covenants sections 121 through 123. And so even though Joseph Smith and his friends and the members of the church were suffering under these horrible conditions, Heavenly Father was aware of them and never abandoned them, and he was there to comfort and guide them despite the trials that he was allowing them to go through. So they were in this jail. The prisoners tried to escape a couple of different times, actually. And then a few months after they were in prison, Sidney Rigdon ended up being released, and then they were being moved to a different place, and they were going to have a trial in Boone County, which is a couple counties over from Clay County here. And the captors of the prisoners, the men, actually just let them go. And that's how they escaped, and they went to Illinois with the rest of the saints. So in 1939, this site was bought by a member of the church who then sold it to the church entity. And then in 1962, they built this visitor center here, and it was dedicated in 1963. So we're going to take a look inside. I don't know if I can record, but I will see if I can record. If not, I will definitely send pictures. But that's a little bit about Liberty Jail, and I hope you guys are doing great. Love you. Bye.